Hello everyone, in this video, I am going to explain you the concept of digital certificate and what are the entities that are involved in the digital certificate creation and revocation. So now, first of all, this digital certificate is used to establish the relationship between the user and the public key. So these are the details that are included in our digital certificate, that is subject name, then user's public key, serial number, valid date, to and from which is mentioned in our certificate and the name of the issuer. So here is the sample certificate is given and which mentions the signature algorithm for signing purpose, then certification path, then public key value, the serial number for each certificate that is unique, that is called as a serial ID. So issue date and expiry date is also mentioned, who have issued the certificate and to whom it is also mentioned in issue by and issue to in the field. So these are the different parameters that are included in our digital certificate. So there are some entities that are involved in the certificate creation. So the first of all, end user, then certification authority and the registration authority. So these are the three entities are involved in the digital certificate. So in case of certification authority, it is a trusted agency which is used to issue the digital certificate based on the user identity. And it is a reputed organization such as post office, in financial institution, in the software company, that is called as a certification authority, and it is reputed in the particular organization. They have the authority to issue the certificate, and to individuals and organization they can recognize based on the certification received and issued by the certification authority. So who want to use those certificates, they can use based on the asymmetric key cryptographic application they can access. For example, VeriSign is the one kind of application, Intrust is one kind of application. So these are the applications that will be used as examples of certification authority. When we are considering the example of our Aadhaar card, so with the help of biometric authentication, our Aadhaar card will be verified. So now we will check what is our another entity. The first entity is end user. So who have their own certificate, they are accessible as an end user. The certification authority, that is the authority who issues the certificate to the end user. And the certification authority have the rights to revoke the certificate from the users once it is expired. Now the third authority is registration authority. So it is the intermediate entry between the end user and the certification authority. So first of all, end users are there and they are requesting the certificate to the certification authority. Once they are requesting, that time the registration authority will keep the record for whatever the certificate that is issued from the certification authority to the end user. So this will use to store the record they are accepting and they are verifying the registration that is coming from the new users. And they are also generating the keys on behalf of the end user. Once the user doesn't know the public key of that particular certificate, then registration authority will help about to getting the keys for the certificate. It is also used for accepting and authorizing the request for a key backup and the recovery. So all keys, public keys will be stored at the repository of the registration authority. So it will also use to accept and authorize the request for the certificate revocation. Once the user has to revoke their own certificate, they can revoke by requesting to registration authority or else certification authority. So these are the three entities that are involved in certificate creation. First of all, end user. Second one is certification authority, and the third one is registration authority. And these are the steps that are involved. The first of all is key generation, then registration, then verification, and the certificate will be created. So now you can check in that diagram. This is your certification authority. Here is your registration authority, which is used for verifying the identity of the holder, and which also provide the public key to the holder to facilitate the encryption and the digital signature. And the certification authority will use to issue the certificates to the people, system, or the devices, or any other organization. And this is your digital certificate, which consists of details like who have issue, what is the public number, what is the serial number, what is the expiry date, and the issue date that will be mentioned in our digital certificate. And here the digital signature will be mentioned here, that is by it is used for validating the authenticity and integrity, maintaining the integrity of the certificate. And this is our public key, which will be held by our registration authority. So this is the sample digital certificate is provided in that diagram. Now in the next lecture, we will learn the concept of digital certificate, and that is the format of X.509 digital certificate.